give it up for Lighten.
Yeah, okay. So my name is Lighten95 and I'll be running Cat Quest any % right now for you guys. So the timing starts whenever I press the A button right now. So if I can get a small countdown, please.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so in Cat Quest, we of course play as a cat that has to do a couple of quests. But basically the story of the game is we strand here on this island and our sister gets kidnapped by this other cat. And our ultimate goal is to get back our sister, basically. One special thing is that we're a dragon-blooded cat, which we'll find out later. But basically what that means is that we're a cat that can use magic. Not all the cats can use magic, like we can, and the one that took our sister can. And yeah, our ultimate quest is to get our sister back. To do so, we have to chase the white cat that took our sister and defeat a couple of dragons. It's basically a really cutesy top-down RPG. We have a lot of references to, for example, Skyrim, Zelda. And in this specific run, we're basically just gonna rush the main quest. Like the game tells you a couple of times that it's really dangerous and you should gain a little bit more levels before you take it on, but we're speedrunners, so we don't do that. So it's basically gonna be a glass cannon run. We're gonna be under-leveled all the time and we're gonna die really, really easily. The speed tech we use is mainly one technique which is called zipping, where if you enter a cave at a certain spot and you buffer a couple of inputs on the way out, you will get shot all the way across the map until you hit something. So that will be our major time save regarding movement. And the major difficult part of the game is just that you're a glass cannon and you have a couple of difficult fights where you really don't want to get hit. Of course, this game is filled with terrible, terrible cat puns. For example, right now we're standing at the biggest city of the island, which of course is called the Cat Patrol. And we're gonna come across a lot of these awful puns in this run. So right now we're gonna do our first quest. We need to clear this cave. This is just really all the tutorial and the introduction of the game. So the combat basically works with a melee and you can get different magic spells. Your mana regenerates by doing melee attacks. So you'll see me alternating between melee and magic because I don't want to get So this is the cat that actually kidnapped our sister. And all the game is basically about us chasing him down, trying to get back our sister. Yeah, sure, go ahead. This is all tutorial, so.
Yeah, after this run, we will be going into Mario Party minigame island. And RDV told me he'd really like to play 100% instead of any %. So if you guys want to donate and put your money to a, well, fun incentive, the Mario Party minigame island is one to go for.
Okay, so the main antagonist of the game just told us that we need to beat a couple of dragons to show that we're powerful enough to get back our sister. So that's exactly what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go to the first watchtower and that will tell us where the first dragon is. We're not gonna go straight to that first dragon though, because as I said, we're gonna be under-leveled all game. So we might as well make it ourselves a little bit more easier and we're gonna enter a level 99 dungeon where there's a 1 in 3 chance that we get a ninja item, which really boosts our attack damage, which is what we want for the beginning of the run. So we're gonna go in this cave, open the chest, and we're gonna pray that we get the 1 in 3 dice roll, because that really speeds up the beginning of the game. Otherwise there's a backup with another item that gives us attack damage, but it's not nearly as fast as this one. So as you see, this is a level 99 dungeon. We really should not be being here at level 4, but we're just gonna go ahead and dodge all these enemies. We need to get past this dragon and then we can open the chest there. So let's bait and attack. Come on. Okay. These dragons can be a bit of a nuisance because you want them to be away from the chest. So you have a small window where they're not aggroed where you can open it. So basically that was it. So let's see what we get. We get a white mage hood, which is not what we want, so we're gonna go for the backup strat. You would say, but a level 99 item, why don't you want that? Well, this specific item, it may boost your magic, but it really drains your attack damage. So we have 1 attack and some magic, but the beginning of the run is mostly gonna be melee based, so it's really not useful for us. Luckily there's a backup with a guaranteed melee item, so we're gonna go there now, which is in this ruin to the bottom here, the Epsilon ruins. Just gotta dodge these enemies. Okay, that's not what's supposed to happen. I said dodge these enemies. So as I said, it's glass cannon, so basically everything kills us. So we're just gonna go there again, and this time we are going to dodge these enemies and get the item. Let's just say we got the death away at the beginning of the run. Should be good now. This is what I wanted to do. So now we get a guaranteed melee item. Gives it. Or I got a small chance that I didn't get it, but at least it doesn't drain things. So we're just gonna roll with this item now. So if you're gonna go for a world record run, you really want one of these ninja items. But yeah, it's a 1 in 3 chance, so a lot of resets happen because you don't get that 1 in 3 dice roll. But this fight is extremely dangerous. Actually, before attempting it, the game tells you you're under leveled, should you really be doing this. And of course, we are gonna do this because it's fast, and I just died again. Okay, I need to focus a little bit here. I should have, yeah, I still have the item now, but this is really not what I want to be happening right now. The beginning of the run really is the harshest, most punishing. Since you are so under leveled. And 2 attacks kill us right here. Once we beat this dragon, the run actually speeds up a bit, but this fight in particular is kind of a gatekeeper at the beginning. Just slowly cutting away his HP. Okay, so that finally was our first dragon. We're gonna get a sword now, which we can equip, which will make things a bit easier. Right now, a little bit of more lore. Some illusions of our sister appear, and then the white cat appears again, and he tells us to go to a ruin in the middle of the map. This is where the first bit of speed tech comes in. Instead of walking there, we're gonna attempt a pretty much frame perfect trick, which will shoot us across the map. Might take a couple of tries to get it, but it's worth it. Of course, these guys get aggroed now, which is rather unlucky. Okay, so we're gonna do the setup again. And it's basically frame perfect, so it's... Okay, there we go. So normally you get at first or second try, and it just shoots you all the way across the map until you hit an obstacle. And the direction is dependent on where you enter the cave. So it's really always worth to try and go for it, even if you don't get it first try. Like 2 or 3 times is still pretty much worth it. So let's hope that I basically blew the beginning, and from now on we're gonna have a smooth run. The zip went pretty decent. It was 3rd try, I believe, so that's kind of okay. And from now on we're gonna get some more items, so we're gonna be more consistent. So we're gonna exit the cave, we're gonna go to a little bit of a lore cutscene. Okay, basically there were these some sort of gods called, I believe, the Old Ones, something like that. They basically were humans that created the dragon blood cats, which were able to use magic. And little by little, these cutscenes explain the lore behind it and what this white cat has to do with him. So the next dragon we're gonna beat is on top of water, so we're gonna need to be able to walk on water. So that's what our next quest is gonna be. So we're gonna go to this watchtower. It tells us, okay, the next dragon is on top of a lake. And then we're gonna go all the way to the other side of the map, which we're not gonna walk because walking is slow. So we're gonna do the zip again. The next dragon we're gonna beat is on top of water. So we're gonna be able to walk on water. So that's what our next quest is. Let's go. That's a really precise trick and it's easy to mess up, so I believe you have 1 or 2 frames basically to pull it off. But it's so worth it when you get it. Oh, come on, can you work with me, game? Yeah, the game really doesn't like me right now. It's a really precise trick and it's easy to... I refuse to walk. Because it's still faster if I do it like this, but... Come on. Met Mike? Ik hoor je heel zachtjes. Sorry? In the background, wow. Oh, now I could. Oh, I shouldn't have gone to the main menu. Okay, we're gonna walk to the water quest now. This is my bad. Oh, no, we're right where we want to zip, actually. It's not too bad. Okay, so we really want to get this trick right now. Because this is becoming a little bit painful. Come on. I'm gonna do 2 more times and otherwise I'm just gonna walk. Okay, there we go. So as you see, it just shoots us all the way across the map. So if you get it in the first couple of tries, it's really worth it, but not if you have to do it like me like 10 times. But it's still a neat trick to show off, so I guess it's okay that we still got it in the end. So right now we're gonna start a quest line, which in the end allows us to walk on water and get to the next dragon. So Port City, another nice pun by the way. So the quest we have right now is we're gonna look for this cat from a city called Puss, and he went on a field trip doing some research and he didn't get back. So our job is to get him back. Yeah, can go for a donation right now.
So, good day everyone. We just got a €2 donation by Elise saying, "You got this, Lighten. Just make no mistakes. Lol, 4house. Donation to Runner's Choice."
Oh, nice donation. What are some of the incentives you've got up right now?
Over the method. So we still have the Mario Party minigame island any percent into 100%. We have feed the cat to make him follow you for my time at Porsche. And then we have a bunch of incentives for the Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet run, which will be tomorrow as the closing run of this BSG.
Yeah, well, since I'm playing a cat game, there's only one obvious choice, right? We're gonna feed the cat in my time at Porsche. And I wish that donation came in a little bit earlier before I started making mistakes. That tip was really good. Okay, so right now we need to fight this bandit and we're gonna stack all 4 of them so we can really quickly take him down. They are vulnerable to magic, so if you just stack them and use our AoE magic, they die really quickly. We're gonna pick up some of that gold because we need it to upgrade our spells a little bit later on. Okay, so we've got a magic potion, which Puss should have gotten, but the mages hate him for some reason, so they sent us to do it. So we're gonna hand that in right now, get our rewards, get some levels. Then it's 2 more quests, I believe, in this quest line before we can walk on water. Okay, so we're getting a juicy reward, the Ranger Axe, which we're gonna equip because it's better than the weapon that drops from the dragon, which is kind of odd to me, but I'll roll with it. So, Poos got kidnapped again right now, this time by some rogue mages. So we're gonna have to fight the rogue mages to get him back. And this rogue mage will summon a lot of different enemies who we'll have to find in a sequence. So first these bandits. Then he'll alternatingly spawn some bandits and other rogue mages. And right here, a rogue mage will spawn. Who are really dangerous, by the way. Like, I believe they 1 or 2 shot us, so we gotta be a little bit careful. We still are really glass cannon right now. And then finally he'll spawn 4 little hedgehogs, which aren't really a challenge, but his magic has run out, so he can only summon weak enemies now. Yeah, cool. Okay, so right now a little bit more of walking. We're gonna chase the rogue mage and then we go back to the village, so excellent time for another donation.
So we just received a €16 donation by Cruel saying, let's make sure to surpass the 100 on this adorable little game. Money goes to Minigame Island 100%. Thank you very much.
So we get another reward here. I believe it levels up the Squire armor we got earlier. Yeah, that's nice. So now we're to the final quest of this quest line called the Miracle, where we're actually gonna drink the potion we got earlier from the dragon, from the mage, not the dragon. And since we're at Dragon Blood, this allows us to now walk on water. And as the quest line, actually in the dialogue somewhere it tells you that you have become Cat Jesus. So I guess we're Cat Jesus now. We're gonna return the favor to the village by defeating this Hydra, which has plagued the village for a long time. Since, yeah, because of them we can now walk on water, so might as well return something, right? So we did this water walking quest because our next dragon is on top of water. But we're gonna deviate from the main quest line just a little bit right now. Because since we can walk on water, we can go to an island all the way at the bottom of the map, which allows us to get a golden key. And with that golden key, we can get an item which gives us approximately 700 magic damage. Right now, we should have around 50, so the numbers say enough how brokenly OP that is gonna be. And from then on, we can basically one-shot everything we want using our magic, so it's really worth to make a small detour for. Right now, we're learning the spell called Berserk, which basically makes you go into a berserking state and increases all the damage you deal. We're gonna get 2 levels in that. Then we're gonna put some levels in our AoE fire magic, just until we're out of money. This is the only time we're gonna buy spells, so might as well make the most use of it. We're gonna get it to level 4. Now we're going all the way to the south of the map where the island is with the quest for the golden key. So just a little bit of rolling. Not really much happening here. The quest itself is really deceiving because it makes you go into a level 1 dungeon. And come on, level 1 dungeons can't really be dangerous, right? Except that this specific level 1 dungeon only has mimics inside it which all one-shot you. So the first time you try to do this, you're like, oh, okay, it's level 1, this should be pretty easy, right? Until you get one-shot by every single enemy inside there. So when entering the cave, I'm gonna stand in a certain position so that I can zip on the way out if I manage to get the input right. So that position is correct. Now we need to fight these mimics, which is a rather long fight, but we really want to take it safe because each of these attacks will one-shot us. So better safe than sorry right now. like during runs, I've died here a lot because I try to be greedy and go faster than you can, but it's really, really not worth the risk at this point in the run. Okay, so that's the last one. Now we got the golden key, and now we're gonna try and zip all the way to the north. Yeah, so we're gonna give it a couple more attempts. Don't want to get stuck on it for all too long again. Okay, one more attempt and then I'm just gonna walk it. Okay, I'm just gonna walk up. We're not gonna hand in the quest because that takes more time. But we're gonna abandon the quest later on after we've gotten the item we wanted from it. So right now we need to go, let's see, to the top right here. I practiced these zips earlier today and they went pretty alright, so I'm kinda bummed out by myself that I can't seem to get them right now, but at least I managed to show off a couple of them. I'm not leaving you guys fully empty-handed. So we're gonna take a save here. Then we're gonna go back to the cave where we tried to get a ninja item all the way in the beginning, the hidden cave, the level 99 one. Because hidden in the back of the hidden cave, there's the magic item which gives us 700 magic. So once we get that, we're gonna quit out, then we load back in the village where we just saved. Then we're gonna go to the ice dragon, and then I'll show you guys how much it's worth to take this detour here. You probably still remember how long it took to beat the first dragon. And this is the second dragon, so it should be stronger, right? So you'll see how much stronger it is. We're gonna go to the back here. We can walk into the void, and there's a chest which contains the item. Guarded by a dragon, which will one-shot us, but he stands just to the right so we can grab him. If you get bad RNG, he just chases you around while you try to exit. I will try to open the chest, so I got kind of lucky here. Okay, I'm getting a really weird visual bug. I'm gonna quit out to the menu one more time. Okay, I'm seeing my menu transparent over the game. And the game is slower. I can't... Okay. I think I have to reboot the game, actually, if this doesn't go away. Just hope I didn't corrupt the save file. I can't go in my menu or anything. Okay, I'm gonna reboot this real quick. Okay, that's really not what you want to happen during a marathon, but they don't got marathon luck for no reason, I suppose. Okay, so let's hope that this actually fixes the problem, because otherwise the run died, I guess. Okay, yeah, it's gone, nice. We saved it.
Ooh, at least you saved it. But yeah, marathon luck is a thing. Don't worry too much about it, and yeah, just continue this wonderful run because it's pretty cute.
And if you didn't notice it yet, this city I just saved in was called the Bermuda Triangle, just to load a little bit more of the bad cat puns. So right now we have equipped the item which gives us 700 magic, and we're ready to take on our second dragon. So the first one really was difficult, so this one should be difficult as well, right? Well, that was it. That was the dragon fight. It took us 2 attacks to kill it. But that's how worth that detour is. From now on, we can just one-shot everything, basically, using our magic. So from now on, it's mostly gonna be dodging the enemy attacks, because they will still one-shot us as well, most of the time. And just a lot of movement. So right now they're gonna tell us where the third dragon is. It's all the way to the north, but unfortunately it's hidden in a valley for which we need to be able to fly to reach it. So in the same trend as the second dragon, we first need to do a quest line which gives us that extra ability before we can reach that dragon. So we're gonna go all the way to the north to Windmew City, where there's a talking bush which used to be able to fly, that is willing to teach us how to fly. So that's the next quest line we're gonna do all the way up here. We're gonna get past these dragons. We approach Windmew City and we're gonna start the new quest line. So we're gonna go to the flying bush over here. Makes you wonder how this bush can put on quests on the quest board, but that's beyond us, I think. Maybe magic. So it tells us to clear a cave right here because there's a gem we need. So we're just gonna do that right now. So you're gonna see that right now I can just walk past everything and one-shot things using my magic. From here on, the run becomes a lot more easier in combat, and it's all more about mana management, movement, and dodging. So melee attacks recharge your mana, so we're gonna use these beefy rocks to gain back some of our mana so we can use it later on to, for example, 3-shot this one. So, final enemy. So we've cleared the cave, we found a strange gem. And now outside a rogue mage appears that really doesn't like it that we're meddling with that bush and the strange gem. We don't know for what yet, but he's not happy about it. So right now we're gonna bring the gem to the bush, hand it in. And that is the end of this quest, and we're gonna go to the second quest of this quest part, where we want to charge this gem with magic, because there's no magic in it yet, so it's useless to us. So we're gonna talk to the bush. The bush tells us that there's a magic tree in the city, where if you pray, magic things can happen. So let's see if this actually works. We're gonna go to the tree. Nothing really happens yet. So we're doing our little prayer, nothing happens. I'm gonna stand next to this bush here. And hey, we're in another vision. So this cutscene is again about the lore, about the old masters that created the dragons and the dragon bot, basically. So the dragons did not want to have the old masters put their magic into cats, and that's basically spawned a war between dragons, humans, and cats. And this cutscene just explains a little bit about it, but we're just messing through the dialogue, because we gotta go fast. Now after this little cutscene, our gem has been filled with magic essence, so that should be enough for us to fly. But now we get out here, a rogue mage appears, and he's actually going to take our gem, so we're gonna have to chase him first to get back our gem. So let's go. So we're gonna have to fight 2 rogue mages here who will one-shot us if we get hit, so gotta be a little bit careful, do one spell, let them do their rotation, and they're dead. And the gem is farther to the west, it says, so we're gonna go there. But alas, it's another illusion, so we've been pranked again. We've got to go back and find another way to get it. So we're gonna go return the title, we're gonna load back in. After a quest you can just load back in, go to the quest board, and you can immediately start another quest, which saves quite a lot of time. So maybe the bush does know where the magic went. So it tells us to go to this cave where he thinks the rogue mages went, so we're gonna clear it and hopefully get our gem back. So there's 3 enemies here, it's nothing really special. Just 1 rogue mage, which are really dangerous as I explained. A dragon, which is not that dangerous, and another dragon. We're just gonna use it to gain some mana. But our gem was not in this cave, so we're gonna go out and a trail will appear which leads to the mage that actually took our gem. So, our final bit of rolling right here. We have to go across this dead island. We're gonna go to another cave. But fortunately we don't have to clear this cave. We just have to fight with a rogue mage which hangs out in front of it. So they're talking that the flying magic doesn't belong to cats, it's of the dragon, so it doesn't want us to have the gem, but we really do want to fly, so we kill it and take it off him. So we're gonna quit out, back to the city again. And now we're gonna go do the final quest of this quest line, called Dragon Flight, because this is where we're gonna learn to fly like a dragon. So we're gonna talk to the bush, we're gonna give him the gem because he wanted it. We're gonna have a little bit of a flashback, and spoiler alert, the bush is actually a spirit of a dragon imprisoned in a bush. And by doing this quest line, we're basically setting the dragon free from the bush. So this might have not been as good as we originally thought it to be. But then if we kill the dragon, we still do learn the ability to fly. So just gonna go to the south here, the dragon will spawn. we'll kill it, and then we're finally able to fly. Or the bush will transform. I'm gonna activate my Berserk. With 2 magic and a hit, and that should be enough. So now we finally got the ability to fly, which allows us to get to the 3rd and the final dragon. We're gonna go all the way to the south here, and you would think you would have to fly over a mountain or something, but we're flying over bramble bushes. You think there's probably another way to go there, but not in this game. So this is the 3rd dragon fight. He's a bit stronger than the 2nd one, but with the magic item, it's still really, really easy compared to the 1st dragon fight. So that's all the dragons we had to beat. Right now we're gonna confront Dracot, the white cat that stole our sister. So we're gonna go all the way to where our story started, going full circle, and we're gonna confront our nemesis there, in the hopes of getting our sister back. So we're the cat patrol, Newtown, and it's our sister, but it's another illusion. Who would have thought? So right now, he senses that we're really powerful and he challenges us to go all the way to the north to fight with him, which we would be able to do, but the story wants us to become more powerful, so we have a couple of more dungeons left to clear. So I'm gonna use this guy to get a little bit of my mana. There we go, past it. I don't have mana yet, I need some more mana from this guy. Then we're gonna stand right in this spot because we can hit him with our magic. Saves us a bit of a detour. And I left one guy, come on. Thank you. So we hear another voice now, which is of an elder sprite called the Grandpa. This one will guide us into becoming even more powerful so we can finally defeat Dracot and get our sister back. So first it leads us to the statue, which really looks like a human, which we find out is a statue of an old master, so the humans which created the Dragon Blood cats. Now we're gonna have to clear another dungeon right here to find more answers, aka lore. So again, I'm gonna use these beefy rocks to gain some mana back. In this part of the run is basically all about not getting hit and mana management. Either by leveling up at the correct times or by attacking beefier enemies. So 2 more enemies. I can just use my AoE damage over time and walk away because he'll die in the meantime. So that is this cave. Now we'll see another bit of lore. So this is a couple of old masters talking amongst themselves that maybe it was not a good idea to give the Dragon Blood magic, so they're gonna lock away one of the old masters that was the main instigator of that. Okay, right now we're gonna try to do a zip again. So let's see if we can get it this time. I'm gonna give it 5 times, 5 tries. Okay, nice, 2nd try. So if you get it in the 1st or 2nd try, it saves a tremendous amount of time. So we're at another dungeon, which of course we have to clear again. Because that's basically what this part of the game is about. Really want to have some more mana right now. So we're gonna try and force a level up here. So we're gonna level up off of this guy. The spiky guys give a lot of XP. So it's really nice to use them in order to level up at moments where you want to. Let's see. This should be enough for another level up. No, I'm wrong. I actually wanted to level up before fighting this guy because you can then just one-shot him, but this will work as well. So another recording where we learned that Dracot because he's a Dragon Blood, he was created by Aelius, the one old master that got banished, basically. And in this part, he is asking other Dragon Blood cats how we can possibly free Aelius, because he's our creator. So in the end, his end goal was to free this old master, not per se to capture our sister. But as it turns out, to free Aelius, who is in a separate dimension, a really powerful Dragon Blood cat needs to die there. So his goal is to find a powerful Dragon Blood, which is us, and then kill us in that dimension. So we're gonna get a really good weapon here, which we're not gonna use. This weapon actually only becomes useful after you do a separate quest which upgrades it, but we really don't have time for that. And we're already powerful enough. So we're gonna go ahead to Frozen Paw, we're gonna confront Dracold. And we're gonna try and get back our sister. So we're here in the Frozen Paw. Again, we're gonna try and get our sister. Again, it's another illusion. I hope you guys are starting to see a pattern here. And now all 3 dragons will spawn at the same time for an epic boss fight. Which we just got a 2-shot because we've got the magic item. So this was basically the most difficult fight in the game. But it becomes really trivial once you get that specific item. So now the illusions of our sister leads us back through this portal, which is the other dimension. So again, we're seeing a lot of illusions of our sister, and we have to try and recognize the correct one. And we're failing, and we're failing again. And now we have this giant plot twist that, hey, you don't have a sister at all. It was all magic made by me. So the sister was an illusion, basically, for us as a motivation to become powerful. Because he needed a powerful Dragon Blood to free his old master. And now that he used that illusion to make us powerful and lure us here, he's trying to kill us. Which isn't really going well so far for him, because we're destroying him. So we now fight this giant version of him. And we've got a couple more boss fights to go. Like here, another boss fight will spawn. Oh, okay. That wasn't really a boss fight, right? Yeah, it's cool. So, after these 3 puny bosses, we finally defeated Dracold, and we killed him. And as you remember, part of the prophecy was that you need to kill a strong Dragon Blood to free the old master. We didn't die, but Dracold is a Dragon Blood as well, and he was rather powerful, but he died. So in the end, we still set free Aelius into the world. Which doesn't really continue in the rest of the game, but we set back the master which created us, so that's kind of alright, I suppose, as long as he doesn't go on a rampage. So now for the final bit of the game, we're gonna see Dracold again. He's going to actually thank us for defeating him, because we freed his old master. Now we're gonna see a little bit of an epilogue. And timing will be when I exit this room, and when quest completed will appear. So we're seeing this old picture of Aelius and Dracold. And in the end, he sacrificed himself so that his master could be free. And that basically is Cat Quest and time. Alright, still managed to go sub-estimate. Okay, except for the beginning where I messed up a couple of the zips and I died a couple of times, it was a pretty decent run. I managed to show off the zips, showed off the speed tag, showed how much of a glass cannon run it is by dying a couple of times. Pure educational. I had a blast, even though it didn't really go the way I wanted it. Thanks BSG for having me, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy Mario Party, which is next.
So, yes, that was